Title: Betrayal and Redemption, a tale of heartbreak and healing, and we talked the whole night. She promised that nothing had happened between her and C, and what she had done online was only to try boosting her self-esteem a bit. She thought I had stopped loving her. She told me that she saw it now, that she had been cheating on me, but she hadn't realized it while she was doing it, even though she knew she was doing something wrong. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's doing well. We are back with another story, guys. I will put the link to this in the description like usual. You guys read the title, let's get into it. So, me, a 36-year-old male, found out my wife, who's 34, has been cheating on me. I don't know what to do. Oh man, and it looks like they've been married for a very long time. He starts off with, let me start with some backstory. We've been together for almost 17 years. I have 3 kids and an old house we've been slowly restoring over the last 2 years, and our budget is not the greatest, no savings, and lots of debt. Oh man, she's the only woman I've ever been with, and before me, she had only a couple of one-night stands, so we were both a little experienced when we met. She's been the light of my life, and we've gone through some difficult times together, and we've always been there for one another. I thought we were one of the few who managed to stay on course, no matter what. Apparently, I was wrong. With all that was going on, trying to fix the house, both working full-time, trying to make ends meet and to make sure the kids are doing fine, we kind of lost ourselves. The bad financial situation and health-related issues didn't help either. My wife had been trying to lose weight for a long time, but nothing seemed to work for her, and her self-esteem was down to the floor. We were both depressed, but instead of talking and consoling one another, we suffered in silence. I buried my nose in computer games to hide from our problems, while she had her nose in her phone all the time. This spring and summer, things started going worse. She was spending more time with her friends and going partying while I stayed at home with the kids. I thought that if I let her blow off some steam, that she would come home in a better mood, but that didn't work at all. Yeah, she went and blew off some steam already. I tried to ignore the bad feelings that were starting to sink in my stomach. Don't ever ignore your gut. I had heard a rumor that she has been seen kissing some dude at a dance in a nearby town. I confronted her about it, but she denied and said that the guy had tried to kiss her, but she pushed him away. I was not fully convinced but didn't want to push her too much as I was trying to let her see that I trusted her. Yet, as the summer passed, I noticed she was getting way more protective and secretive about her phone. After seeing by chance what her Facebook password was one night in August, I decided to take a look to see if I could find anything about that dance earlier that summer. What I found was way worse. I saw that indeed she had been kissing some dude drunk until her friend pulled her out of it. But that's nothing compared to what I saw next. I accessed her Messenger and Skype. I found out that she had been chatting online with 2 foreign guys, A and B, for months. It started on Instagram. Some random dude, A, sent her some flattering messages, and she started talking to him on Skype after that. In early June, after only speaking to him for less than 2 weeks, she started sharing with him nude photos. After only resisting a bit, the incident with the guy she kissed happened later that month. She was chatting with this guy, A, up until the midst of August when he showed his real intention. He was a scammer with a stolen account and was just sending her pictures from me from that stolen profile. Yet, she had been fooled enough to share with him pictures of her most intimate parts. She seemed like she was falling in love with him by then. She was already starting to talk to guy B, which also started on Instagram. Didn't take long for that to evolve to nude pictures and sexual talk. In both cases, they were fantasizing about them coming to our country, and he wanted to meet with my wife at a hotel. She never spoke ill of me or anything like that, just talked about me like I was just there. Oh man, if they would ask, she said that I treated her well. But then she went on to tell them how she likes to talk to them and they make her feel good. The worst is yet to come. In one of the chats with a female friend of hers, I found some more disturbing things. They went together to a 2-day town festival in another nearby town in early July, stayed at a rented room, which I of course had agreed to and thought would be okay. And I knew that my wife's friend, who has trouble with panic attacks, had needed to stay overnight at the local hospital. But what I didn't know and saw in that chat between them was that she mentioned a 41-year-old guy from our town, Guy C., a married man with kids who was unhappy in his relationship. And she had met him that night. He had come over to chat and had tried to go all the way, but my wife told her friend that she had stopped him. She didn't mention the name, but I found out a likely suspect as our town is small. And I also found in my online phone records that she had sent a message to a number belonging to a guy that fit the description. I feared the worst. I didn't let my wife know that I found out yet, as I was afraid what would happen while the kids were around. So I put up a mask and waited until Saturday, the 24th of August, to confront my wife. I had called my mother and got her to take care of the kids. My wife is taking some classes to get some form of degree for her work. And when she came home from class, I was asking her calmly to sit with me and I told her about what I knew. There was no violence, yelling, or bad-mouthing, just two sad people, one of them angry and hurt. We talked the whole night. She promised that nothing had happened between her and C, and what she had done online was only to try boosting her self-esteem a bit. She thought I had stopped loving her. She didn't exactly try to blame me for it, nor did she yell at me for snooping around. She said she thought I didn't like her anymore because she wasn't losing weight. And when those guys started raining compliments on her, she said she got addicted. She said she didn't mean to hurt me. She was selfish and tried to please them as she could, so they would keep complimenting her, therefore sending them nude pictures. She told me that she saw it now, that she had been cheating on me, but she hadn't realized it while she was doing it, even though she knew she was doing something wrong. Man, I wanted to believe her. I truly did, but I had concerns. We decided to try to fix our marriage and seek counseling. As the weeks passed, things seemed to be getting better. She's been way more affectionate to me and caring. Our sex life has been great, and we've been spending way more time together than before. I still had a growing feeling in me that she was hiding some critical information from me. After our second meeting with the marriage counselor last week, she finally admitted the truth. She admitted what I had suspected and feared but deeply hoped that it didn't happen. She had indeed slept with C, the married guy, that night in July. And even though she said she had felt bad afterward and shameful, she still kept talking to him via social media. She admitted to have met with him twice after that, but nothing more. I want to be the person to rat on him to his wife or make myself get arrested for assault. Besides, it wasn't him that broke my marriage contract. It was my wife. I don't know what to believe anymore. The woman I thought I knew would never do something like this. She's been trying to convince me that she was an idiot and selfish and whatnot, that she feels really bad about hurting me like that. She says she's ready to do anything to fix the situation and to get me to trust her again. And I feel like she's well, 4 if you count that one time she kissed a random guy. She was both emotionally as well physically cheating with all of them for some period of time. Not just one drunk night mistake, but some kind of emotional and sexual relationship with 3 guys for over 2 months. Doesn't matter if 2 of those relationships were online. She still planned to meet with them, knowing fully what would happen if they did. Has anyone here gone through anything similar to this and have some good advice? I'm still selling it. What should I do? Wow, let me give my thoughts. Man, what a messed up situation. 17 years, guys, 17 years. 17 years. Wow, this. We all know here. She did. She's not upset or sorry that she cheated. She's upset that she got caught. Okay, to the whole, oh, I did it because I thought you didn't like me anymore. The whole going outside of the relationship to fix your marriage is so stupid. I've heard it countless times reading these stories. Oh, well, you didn't do this, so I went and slept with someone else. What you both should have done was be adults, and talked it out, figured out a way to fix it. You have kids. You at least, for the kids, at least try to make things better for the kids, But you both kind of put your energy into something else and lost each other. But I can tell you right now, if you would have never found out about her cheating or anything like that, she would have never told you. She would have continued to do it. In my opinion, she was trying to monkey branch out of the situation. She needed somebody to monkey branch to. That's exactly what she was doing. She got caught and felt bad that she got caught. That's what it was, you know? The compliments from the foreign guys and the guys at the club, yeah, it was helping her self-esteem. You said she had gained a lot of weight, so she didn't feel pretty anymore. Yeah, it was helping her, but that's not what you do when you're married. That's not what you do when you're married. That's not what you do when you're in a monogamous relationship. I feel like a zombie trying to survive only to be there for my kids. Yeah, dude, you gotta wake up. Like, come on now. Someone said 4 guys in the span of 3 months. Sir, this marriage is over. And on a somewhat happy note, if you still can and move on to someone who appreciates you, because this person you are with now is not the same person you married 17 years ago. Absolutely. Someone said keep her as the mother of your kids, dump her as your wife. Yep. So, when someone else said, I'd say end it and start over if the money situation doesn't get hashed out. From what it sounds like, that may have been one of the contributing factors to the problem. Yeah, it sounds like it, and she was trying to find a better deal somewhere. She was gonna. I gotta get out of this. She was gonna take those kids and leave you with an unfinished house and no money. Once the money issue is solved, figure out what to do with the home and what the next living arrangement should look like. Go over the pause. Update here. Update. Me, 36-year-old male, found out that my wife, who's 34, was cheating on me with multiple men. He starts off with, in my original post, I was still unsure what to do, as seen here. Okay, we read that. But after getting lots of great comments from you guys, as well as talking with my closest friends, I got enough encouragement to gain some faith in myself. I finally opened my eyes to what I had thought deep down, that there was no chance in heck that I would ever get over what my wife did to her parents. Of course, she's not going. She's never going to admit. You're gonna have to say something. She's never gonna say what it was. She's gonna say, well, we just decided that we should see other people. We just decided it didn't work anymore. She's never gonna come out and say what she did. Ever. Ever. You would have to come out and say it, and then there's still a high chance that she's gonna call you a liar. Or if she does admit it, well, it's because he was doing the wrong thing. I don't know, man. Someone said, 4 guys in the span of 3 months, sir. This marriage is over, and on a somewhat happy note, if you still can, and move on to someone who appreciates you, because this person you are with now is not the same person you married 17 years ago. Absolutely. Someone said, keep her as the mother of your kids. Dump her as your wife. Yep. So, when someone else said, I'd say end it and start over if the money situation doesn't get hashed out. From what it sounds like, that may have been one of the contributing factors to the problem. Yeah, it sounds like it. And she was trying to find a better deal somewhere. She was gonna. I gotta get out of this. She was gonna take those kids and leave you with an unfinished house and no money. Once the money issue is solved, figure out what to do with the home and what the next living arrangement should look like. Thank you for joining me on this emotional journey. Share your thoughts in the comments section below and I'll see you in the next story.